White Rabbit gift.
I'll do it.
You go there.
I'll go full
What
native.
is the...
And
Hammer drill?
I don't know if it's
Regular
phone
drill.
friendly, but then you'll see
Cheap drill.
ham radio test.
Whoa.
Thinking
It's
about
phone
turning it
friendly
into a
enough.
signal device.
Okay.
Giant flashlight.
It's your phone.
Not sure what I'm going to do
You
with
can
it.
touch my phone, I don't care. You can.
Resources.
But,
amateur radio.
turn it into a Morse code flashlight.
Practice radio.
If I can find something that switches fast enough, I can hook it up and do digital
Make an account?
over it.
It's not a big deal.
Huh.
So we'll see.
I gotta think of another.
Alright, so what are you guys working on?
A project.
Okay, so that's the Pi Zero that you scored from the Trivial Pursuit box, right?
Yep.
Okay, and this is a ham project, I assume, yeah?
Yeah, we're gonna put Whisper weak signal propagation reporter on it for ham radio, amateur radio stuff.
So that's like the super low power that is slow, right? It transmits very slowly.
Yeah. Very much. I don't know if I can show. No, I can't show it here. But it transmits very slowly, but it sends out data tones
Thank you.
that can be easily decoded by computers somewhere else across the world because it's just tones.
Yeah.
Even with really bad noise conditions. So to points where it's like negative 27 decibels. That sounds about right. Colin. Negative 27 dB.
I've never used it, but
Okay.
sure.
I've used it, and that may not seem like a lot to some people, or that may sound loud, but trust me, it's actually very, with all the atmospheric conditions, which makes big static crashes, it can be surprising. I've made it to, I live in Minnesota here, Rochester, Minnesota, and my signals have made it to Antarctica. For some reason, not Asia, but Antarctica, and they just get out really far using Whisper.
And is that the one that's popular for people to set up beacons all over the place and use that as sort of a propagation test to see what's open in which direction?
That's CW beacons. It's kind of the same thing, except you don't use computers. You just kind of scroll on the dial and you go to that frequency, and you know on that frequency, if you hear, it's like a specific frequency, it can vary, but it could be at different times too, it gets complicated, but just think of it as, oh, Venezuela is transmitting on this frequency at 12 p.m. So you go there, and if you can hear them, which you actually probably should, where we are at, then, well, you know the band's open to Venezuela, but if you don't, because you know it's going to be transmitting, because they make it very updated, and if it breaks, they'll tell you online. If you don't hear it, the band conditions aren't open there.
Yeah,
So
I've heard a lot of
works.
people say that here in Minnesota, that South America, there's sort of a corridor of radio
Yeah.
between here and there on a lot of the bands.
Yeah, I've gotten Chile, Venezuela, a bunch of other ones too. Brazil, all over there, South Africa. What have you gotten, Colin? Argentina too.
I'd have to consult my log, but sounds about right.
All right, thank you guys. All right, so he's gonna show and quickly explain what he's up to.
Jeez. No warning whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just right there.
So he was explaining this to me. This is almost like a glue slash wet white paint, but he applied it to this piece of wood and let it dry.
No,
No?
it's still wet, and while it's wet, right after you put it on, you have an already printed out picture on an inkjet printer. I don't know why that's important, but it's supposed to be on an inkjet printer, just not on photo paper, just regular paper. And then you take that photo, lay it on top of that wet glue substance, whatever it is.
Liquitex.
Liquitex. Get it at Hobby Lobby. Let it dry overnight. Then you just take, and then all you see is white paper there on top of this. And that glue or whatever it is somehow takes that ink, the picture somehow, and that dries into the glue. And then you come back the next day and you get a wet rag and you lightly wipe it off, and it all just kind of balls up and all that paper comes off, and all that's
Leaving
left
just
is the
the ink.
picture.
And
it's
you have to
still-
remember to mirror the image when you print it if you want it to come out
If
not
you're
mirrored.
not concerned about the flip, then
Yeah.
you have to do that. And then it doesn't, once it dries again, it doesn't look this clear. It's still got a little residue from the paper. You put a clear coat of some polyurethane on it. Makes it nice and shiny. And it's not a perfect picture. If you look real close, you see where bits of the color wash off. But, you know, it's just a cool idea. It's not supposed to be a perfect picture. it makes it look old and nostalgic.
Yeah. Can imagine if you were to do that with a sepia black and white picture, it would look very similar to a
If you got the
tintype.
right subject, it works even better.
Very cool. Are you done sanding yet?
No.
No.
Guess what? I'm sanding.
How many beaches does it take to make a violin?
So you want to know what this is going to be?
Hmm?
Well, it's an old hand railing, is all it is.
I'd like to see the router that they used.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
quite the radius on that.
And you know, that's what it looked like. It's crappy, but you sand her down a little bit. I put a clear coat on that, urethane. It's going to look beautiful. But basically, I'm just creating a little box here. It's going to be a cool little piece of walnut on top. It's going to be my handle. I'll probably shorten it up a bit. And I'll have to have something coming up there. I'll put a liner in it. And this is going to be a handy dandy little cooler. Beer caddy, something like that. Got a little bottle opener that'll tack onto the side. Great present for whoever or for yourself. Put a little 6-pack in there and you're on your way.
Hi.
Everything.
Hello.
Hi.
Tell us about your calligraphy.
That's
Yes.
the way I know how to do things.
So I just got some new
That's
nibs.
everything now.
This one's gonna
Ooh,
be
that's
wait.
a pretty one.
You mean the pen?
Maybe
Oh
not.
no.
So, like-
the text he wrote. What?
Oh, what the way I've been
Yeah.
writing? Oh, well, I'm working on it. It's kind of
You told me
uh,
the story.
in progress, I suppose. But yeah, so I got some new nibs, and they're a little. This one in particular is a lot easier to use than the last one I had last week, because that one was a very fine tip pen, nib, I should
It's
say,
not.
and this one is made more for like beginners, so
Yeah,
it
but-
works a lot easier.
but
It's
this,
very smooth. Like
this
you see how it
guy-
collects
Oh
there.
yeah.
The other one didn't do that, but that also had to do something with the ink though too.
Yeah.
The walnut ink didn't
That's
work
still-
very well. But
I'm-
when we tried this, like even with the other nib, like it
See,
just
I
didn't
listened to
collect
that
like this one
ironically
does.
when I was
So
in high school,
this
too.
one's just so much
So-
easier to
and it
use.
was a
You should
meme.
try it too.
So I don't
but,
know.
Yeah.
I
it's
don't know
just a lot
what's
easier
going
to
on.
use. So
It's like I can't
Awesome.
get out
yeah,
of
but I'm trying to
2007.
work on getting the pressure right with it. Like I was saying before about like
Okay.
the difference between
that is fair.
the brush
That is
markers
fair.
versus like the dip pens is like just it's quite a bit of difference.
don't
Like
go
it's
on,
really
like,
easy to get
4chan,
the
do
pressure
you?
right
Please
with the
don't
markers,
go
but
there.
like the dip pen is just really difficult
bad
because it
place.
doesn't like it kind of like pushes out, like you can see the
Yeah. The
it-
nibs. The.
it
bins
spreads
separate,
out, yeah, and that's how you get that thicker bit. But it's still hard to get it like make sure that there's not too much ink coming out when you're trying to go up, too. So
Okay.
it's
Cool.
just like you want like that, but then you want it to be like really dark like that.
Nice.
So, but it just getting that right though when you're trying to
Yeah.
actually do the letters is kind of difficult still, but you
Thank
gotta
goodness for
practice.
mechanical
Okay, so
pencils.
captains is the
All right. Well, keep
Yeah.
up the good work.
connected
Alright,
to that,
thanks.
and that goes to that, and then this makes sure it doesn't.
Hi, Peter.
Aloha snack bar.
How's it going?
Put it like
Hi,
that,
Whisker.
and then this connects. So when a CWP doesn't work,
That's all I got.
Okay. Are you doing anything?
Yeah, the Chinese slave lady is making me do work again.
Opening and closing out a circuit,
Hi,
or
Flynn.
is it like a short every time?
What are you doing?
Nice.
Are you trying to fix the
I'm
cordless
examining
drill?
his new spotlight
Oh.
that he hasn't finished.
Switch.
Oh.
That was like back in
Got
the
it.
summer though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hat already in the
I
Have
summer.
fun.
It's because I liked it. I was like, I have
Okay.
to get
Here.
All right,
Okay,
Reese. What are you guys up to?
Where was the
We're still working on the Raspberry Pi that we're going to use for Whisper.
Whisker for Whisker?
Whisper.
Oh, Whisper.
SPR.
What's
Weak signal
Whisper?
propagation reporter.
Aha.
Ham radio.
Cool.
Okay, maybe check
Did
the
I say
downloads.
So what do you guys doing? Like just downloading a?
No, I said
An
you
OS?
the
Just trying to get the Raspberry Pi working right now.
And
Well,
then somewhere,
what's the
I
problem?
don't know where.
We don't have the image set up right, so it doesn't boot.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah.
I built a circuit board.
So I'm
Awesome.
I want to learn.
I was gonna say
He's
like,
teaching me.
Awesome. What are you gonna do with your circuit board?
I'm gonna eventually
We only went to one area.
be smart-ish. Like these guys.
All
Now,
right.
next step is to add a capacitor, because we got a resistor.
Yep.
Now it's add a capacitor.
Yep.
And that vicinity.
Hey, boss,
Not
you got a
the largest
capacity.
city that-
Awesome. Well,
How do you
have fun with that.
Although
Thank
we
you.
didn't really go too much
Have a
into
good day,
it.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Put that in parallel with the LED. So you'll
Ron and Flint talking with Whisker. Wait, did you really make this box here?
Yes, I did.
You're kidding me. With what?
Well, I brought the wood.
Oh, you did? Oh, my goodness.
I got this.
I was
From,
like-
I got this from you.
Yeah, I recognize
But,
that one.
Yeah, that's some wood I brought in.
Oh, and you just made the cuts, the miter cuts here.
Yeah, with your special saw out there. It's 3 degrees.
Oh, out there?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a crappy saw.
it was a challenge, but
Yeah, sorry, bud.
that's all right. We made it happen.
Yeah. That's great.
I got a free
What-
meal
so
tonight,
what are you
so
gonna-
I can't complain about nothing.
Beth, hard at work. Sanding machine. Do you like working with that better than doing it by hand?
Well, it's faster.
Yeah. And it's probably smoother too.
Yeah.
Cool. Good. Keep up the good work.